as Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets take on Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And we get you started with Giannis getting the steal. Then getting all the way to the rack with the jam. He draws the foul. He missed the free throw. Then Giannis getting through the defense for another dunk. Milwaukee up 8-7 at that point. Ben Simmons finding Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant finding the bottom of the net with this deep three. Then Kyrie Irving with the crossover throws the lob to Nick Claxton, who goes in and hammers that one in. Nice pass again from Kyrie Irving. No looking to set that one up. T.J. Warren missing inside, but Ben Simmons hustling and helping. He gets the putback jam, and Brooklyn's up 36-27. Drew Holiday gets the fall-away baseline jumper over the backboard. Watch this one more time. Brooklyn still up by 7, sort of right on the edge there, but a beautiful shot. Now Giannis goes trucking to the basket and just get out of the way. He throws that one down. He had 26 points and 13 rebounds in the game. Kevin Durant now, tough fadeaway jumper, 24 points in the game for Durant. Brooklyn up by 30, but there's Giannis with the rebound. Giannis with the jam, just crushing it. Still, Brooklyn up 14. Ben Simmons with the steal. Gets it to Nick Claxton for the tough layup as he goes all the way to the basket to get that one in. Then Simmons with the crossover, Euro step, and right-hand runner. He had 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, a near triple-double from Ben Simmons. Then Simmons to Durant for the jam. Simmons with the back tap pass to Kyrie Irving, who hits the leaner off glass. Kyrie pushing the ball, stops, hits the jumper and one. He'd make the free throw. Then Giannis turns it over, and it's Kyrie Irving pulling up and draining another three. He had 18 points in the game. Brooklyn wins the game 118-100.
In H-Town to take on the Houston Rockets, Luka Doncic and Jalen Green, whose Rockets team has lost 4 in a row. Early on, Green, though, getting active with a dunk right there, and then Luka Doncic always playing at his own pace. The slow fadeaway is good, and then a step-back three for Luka to give Dallas a 30-24 advantage. Christian Wood getting in on the act from beyond the arc. That is a high-arcing triple for him. Then Luka comes off the screen, gets inside for 2 more. Dallas pushing its lead to double digits. Then Luka comes off another screen and hits a contested lay-in. 61-50. Smith looking good in this one. It's the handoff from Alperen Şengün and knocks that one down. And then from beyond the arc, 3 more for Jabari, the rookie out of Auburn. More from Luka Doncic, though. He's still pretty good in the second half. The lob from Tim Hardaway Jr. Jalen Green, look at that little circus shot. 23 for him, added 8 rebounds as well. Houston on top by 1. Luka, though, in the fourth, taking over. Off glass, it's good. Then fakes the behind-the-back pass and gets to the rack. That is nifty right there. Goes between his legs, nutmegging himself. And then one of his 6 triples. That is a deep 3. He had 17 in the fourth quarter. Dallas up 105-97, but no quit in the young Rockets. Smith, 3 more. He had a career-high 24 to go with 10 boards. And then Şengün had 19, 8, and 7, and it's back to a 1-point game with over 3 to play. But Luka did it again. 50 for Doncic after missing 13 games with a heel strain. The Nuggets hosting the Portland Trail Blazers, and well, they've had Nikola Jokic this whole time, and quite frankly, that's a good thing. Jeff Green, look at Uncle Jeff, still dunking on people. I love it. Good find by Jamal Murray with the assist. Then Denver heading the other way. And look at that no-look pass from Jamal Murray to Bruce Brown. That is fancy. Nuggets by 13 at that point. For Portland, Damian Lillard, corner 3. That is good. And then Lillard going to step back and knock down 3 more. That gave Portland its first lead of the game at 54-52. The Blazers led 64. You're due in his return. Look looking healthy right there, splitting 2 defenders, bucket and a foul. He had 18 in his return. Then Jamal Murray, this part of a 15-3 Nuggets run. That is a tough hang and hit. Then KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, off the lob from Bruce Brown. Jamal Murray, 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double, 25 points, 8 boards, and a season-high 12 assists. He kept that one himself to go up by 15. And Jokic missed a triple-double by 2 rebounds, 29 points, 8 boards, 11 dimes, as he and the Nuggets would go on to win this one. Step back right there for Jokic. 120-107 the final. Nuggets on Friday. No Anthony Davis. Once again out for the 4th straight game with a stress injury in his right foot. They're hoping he can avoid surgery, but that doesn't sound very promising. Early on, Jalen McDaniels to LaMelo Ball, who was coming off his first triple-double this season the last time out. And then Kelly Oubre in transition off the long pass from LaMelo. 19 for Oubre in the ball game. Russell Westbrook knocking down a corner 3. 17 points for him, 5 boards, 7 assists. And can we just marvel at what LeBron's doing in season number 20, 27. He dials in a 3 to tie it up at 67 at halftime. Terry Rozier, back after a 2-game absence. In transition, stops behind the arc and knocks down a 3. LaMelo hits a 3 of his own. He had 4 of them in the ball game. And then on the other end, LeBron James finishing the 3-on-1 off the feed from Austin Reeves. As they continue in the 4th quarter, Hornets by 7. Make it Hornets by 5 as LeBron gets to the 10. Now Charlotte had 3 players all score over 20 points. PJ Washington, one of them. He had 24 to lead the way. That was an and one. Then more from LeBron, seemingly a one-man wrecking crew. Finishing with the left inside, it's a 3-point ball game. More from LaMelo. This is super deep. Oh, and he got it to go. 23 for him. And then here in the break, it's LeBron. 18 in the 4th, 34 in the ball game. It's tied at 130. Off the Rozier miss, Gordon Hayward gets it, and they call goaltend. You'll take a look right here. That one gets off the glass before LeBron hits it with his hand. So the Hornets are up by 2. Last chance for the Lakers. LeBron on the drive. He loses a shoe. The ball rolls out to Dennis Schroeder, who misses a 3, but who loses a shoe? Honestly. LeBron did right there. You just don't see that very often, especially in a game-deciding play.
The Clippers pay a visit to Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers, and it was the 76ers getting it going early on. James Harden finding Embiid over the top. He lays it in, then Harden dishes to Embiid for the jam, and yep, that's easy for Embiid. Then Harden finds Embiid for the jumper, and you get an idea of what's going on. Harden's finding Embiid. Embiid had 23 points at the half. Harden 10 assists at the break. The Clippers managed to jump out to a lead in this thing. Kawhi Leonard driving, puts up the fadeaway and scores, then drives in the paint and hits a short jumper, part of a 9-0 Clippers run. Then Kawhi passing to Paul George in the corner for 3, and the Clippers led it by a dozen at the break. On the gas, finding Embiid for the and one layup, and then it's Embiid returning the favor, finding an open Harden, and Harden knocks down the 3. This is part of a Sixers 11-2 run. Clippers lead down to 5, and the Sixers still going to it. There's Embiid throwing it down. Then Harden in transition finds George Niang, and he knocks down a 3. This is Harden's 18th assist of the night. Later, Kawhi Leonard hits a jumper and one. He'd make the free throw, and you see the Clippers right in this thing. Kawhi driving, scoring, getting another and one. He'd make another free throw. He had 28 points and 5 assists on the game. We're tied at 103. Harden now finding his teammates once again. Here to Embiid for the jumper in the late moments. 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Then Harden kicking it out to Tobias Harris for a 3. James Harden had 20 points, 21 assists. That's a career high. And 11 rebounds in the game. Philly by 2. Embiid seals the deal. jumper goes. Jason Tatum going head-to-head as Minnesota heads on into the Garden to take on the Celtics. We start you off in the first. Jaylen Brown, who's been playing terrifically this season, drives in and gets the layup. Boston up 10-5. Anthony Edwards over to D'Angelo Russell. He knocks down a three-pointer. Boston still in front. They're up by 5, 15-10. Malcolm Brogdon drives to the rim for the layup. 19 apiece at that point. Then Jason Tatum gets a big jam here. Minnesota in front by 2, though. Derek White finds Grant Williams in the corner for 3. That evens the score. Then Anthony Edwards loses the ball. Jaylen Brown split defenders, then going wide of defenders, then going above defenders for the throwdown. Then Jaylen Brown again, coast to coast, this time bucket and the foul. He missed the free throw. Boston up by 9 at that point. And yeah, people are excited. People are energetic. And we got D'Angelo Russell swinging it over to Anthony Edwards for the 3. D'Angelo Russell pulling up for 3 more. 18 points in the half one. Third quarter now, Anthony Edwards driving to the rim and just stuffing that one home. Then it's Anthony Edwards again to the rim. Little hesitation fake and the Euro step layup there. Minnesota up 72-64. Still third quarter, Jason Tatum misses, but hustles, gets it back, puts in the layup. Then Grant Williams swings it to Al Horford for the three-pointer to beat the third quarter buzzer. And Boston heads to the fourth up by 2, 88-86. Jason Tatum in the fourth gets the stuff off of a nice couple of passes. Then Marcus Smart to Jaylen Brown for the jam. Then it's Marcus Smart going backdoor to Jaylen Brown for the reverse layup, and Boston's up 1-0. Trae Young center stage as the Hawks get set to take on the Detroit Pistons, and here is Young sharing over to Clint Capella. He throws that one down. For Detroit, it's Bojan Bogdanovic kicking it out to Jaden Ivey, and the rookie knocks down the 3. Detroit up 23-15. DeJounte Murray gets the steal and gets the layup on the other end. Then it's Murray missing a jumper, but look at the hustle as he steals it back and then goes in towards the basket and converts the layup. Nicely done from Murray. Detroit still up by 3, though. Bogdanovic gets the jumper off the inbound play right here. He had 23 points on the game. Atlanta, though, up at this point 54-52. Trae Young driving for the layup plus the foul. He'd actually missed the free throw. Detroit at the break up by 3 on Atlanta, 63-2. Drains the deep pull-up three-pointer, and Atlanta goes up by 6. Then Young fakes the pass, and watch him drop in the floater off that fake. Then Trae Young pump fakes the defender away and drains another three-pointer. Then off a Pistons turnover, Trae Young no-look alley-ooping to John Collins for the stuff. Wonderful dish and an even better finish from Collins. Trae Young, 26 points, 13 assists in the game. Atlanta up by 11. Defense working well, too. Onyeka Okongwu gets the block on the break. It's Bogdan Bogdanovic stopping and popping on the tray. Then Okongwu blocks a Marvin Bagley turnaround shot. Hamidou Diallo saves it, but straight to A.J. Griffin, and A.J. Griffin just rips that one in. Atlanta up comfortably. We're still rolling, though. A.J. Griffin finds Murray for the 3 to cap off the win. Murray, 26 points, 5 assists, and off against R.J. Barrett. And the New York Knicks, we get you started in the first quarter. It's Zach LaVine pulling up and knocking down the three-pointer in the Garden. Then DeRozan finds Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's going to stuff home the big alley-oop here. 35-29 at that point. Chicago in front by 6. There's another look. Second quarter, R.J. Barrett driving in for the jam. Then Julius Randle finds Barrett for a three-pointer. Barrett had 26 points and 7 rebounds in the opening half, and to Barrett for the dunk and one. This is a powerful dunk from R.J. Barrett. He'd make the free throw. Watch it one more time. At this point, New York goes up 77-72. Ayo Dosunmu with a little defense leading to a little offense at the other end as he gets the steal and the layup. We got a 1-point game in the fourth quarter. Julius Randle drives in for the layup and one. He had 29 points and 12 rebounds. Less than 2 minutes to go. New York up by 3 after he made the free throw. R.J. Barrett driving in for the fadeaway jumper. How about 44 points, 7 rebounds, forces New York by 3. Bulls down 3 late. Zach LaVine opts to drive in for the layup with less than 10 seconds to go, so it's a 1-point game. Jalen Brunson gets fouled, goes to the line, and his first free throw, no good. In between free throws, DeRozan talks to Brunson a little bit. Brunson goes on to miss his second free throw. How about that? So the Knicks leave the door open. 6 seconds left. Bulls down by 1, and their 2 stars working together. Zach LaVine sets a screen for DeMar DeRozan, and DeMar DeRozan does the rest, burying the shot with 0.4 of a second left. He had 25 points, 10 assists, and the Bulls go into the Garden. It's good news for the Magic. How about this? It's number 1 overall pick in the draft. Hooking up with number 1 overall pick in the draft. That's Markelle Fultz to Paolo Banchero for the Jam. Orlando up by 2. Then Bol knocks down a 3 off the dish from Cole Anthony. Orlando by 5. Jakob Poeltl for the Spurs inside, working on his drive game as he just stuffs that one in. That's easily done. Then Jeremy Sohan makes a driving dunk. And San Antonio up by 6 on the other end. Paolo Banchero knocks down a little shot here off the run. The Magic out and running, and that's nice little lay-in. Cole Anthony helping the cause as well. So we got a tight ball game. Magic down by 3. He knocks that one apiece. Third quarter. Devin Vassell throws this one down. Then Paolo Banchero on the other end, working on his outside game, knocks down the 3, and Orlando go up by 1 in the third quarter, 84-83. Still third quarter. Wendell Carter on the business end of this alley-oop jam as Orlando goes up by 3, 86-83. Here's another look. Then it's Doug McDermott knocking down a 3-pointer here. And we're tied at 86. Franz Wagner for Orlando. Right back at you. Outside, he's got 3 points to his liking. And it's 94-87. Orlando in front by 7. Mo Bamba going to work outside, knocking down a 3. Then it's Mo Bamba again, knocking down a 3. And Orlando in the fourth just ran away in this thing. Your final score, Magic 133, Spurs.
The Washington Wizards, who are on the last game of a 6-game, 10-day road trip, and it hasn't gone very well. Kyle Kuzma and company just 1-4 through the first 5 games of the road trip. Early on, Kevin Huerter, nice backdoor cut. Domantas Sabonis finding him for the slam. And then Kuzma working in the paint against rookie Keegan Murray. Kisses one off the glass. How about the vet Harrison Barnes? Just a steady performer, stops and lets one fly. Meanwhile, the Wizards open up the second quarter on a 28-9 run. Rui Hachimura for 3. Washington by 6 at that point. Then it's Kuzma, spin cycle, finishing inside for 2 more. And then Monte Morris, long pass up ahead to Bradley Beal, who came in having scored 86 points in 98 minutes in his last 3 games. Meanwhile, Domantas Sabonis to De'Aaron Fox for the flush. Fox had 26. He scored 22 or 50 at halftime. 2-on-1 in the third. Oh, and then they get the trailer, the Wizards do. Kyle Kuzma gets that one to go. And then Beal had 24 points in this one in 34 minutes. That stop and pop puts Washington up by 30 early in the third. And then an exclamation point. Kyle Kuzma, nobody even close to him on the defensive side, throws one down for 2 of his 30.
Raptors taking on Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we get you started early on off a Raptors turnover. Darius Garland dishes to Isaac Okoro for the big one-handed stuff as he goes up and crunches that one. Watch it one more time. Okoro had 15 points in the game. Later, the Cavs swing the ball to Darius Garland, and he's got a deep three-pointer that he knocks down. Then it's Donovan Mitchell's turn. He drains a three-pointer from the wing, and at this point, it's a two-point ball game. Toronto actually in front. OG Anunoby knocking down a three-pointer from the wing for the Raptors. Then, time winding down in the quarter, it's Pascal Siakam. We told you he was red hot, and boy is he. The deep three goes down at the buzzer, and Toronto's up by 8, 39-31, and starting to put on the gas is the Raptors. Fred VanVleet, three-pointer money. Then Anunoby knocks down a quick three. He had 26 points and 9 rebounds in the game, and at the break, Toronto was up by 16. Siakam driving in and making the running hook shot plus the foul. He'd make the free throw as well. Then Scotty Barnes hits the turnaround jumper from the mid-range. He needs to play well, and boy, that looked good. Toronto up at that point comfortably double digits. Fred VanVleet coming off the screen, nails the three-point shot plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. He had 18 points and 8 rebounds. Cavs trying to close the gap. They were down by more than 20. Darius Garland, the up and under jumper from close. He had 17. Then Donovan Mitchell gets inside with the crafty spin. He was just 4 of 16 from the field, had 12 points. Toronto still up by 9 and closing it out. Pascal Siakam misses the shot, but Scotty Barnes hustling there for the tip. What a game from him. 25 points, 10 rebounds. Then Siakam, little mid-range bucket, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Miami taking on the Heat. There's a look at Jimmy Butler getting set for action. Tyrese Halliburton, though, this is the guy you got to keep an eye on. 4 of 5 from 3 in the first quarter alone, knocking down a 3 there. And then Halliburton again, 3 money. Indiana 20-15 at that point. Off a Pacers turnover, the Heat go the other way. Jimmy Butler finishing with the jam, and Indiana's lead is down to 3. But speaking of 3, it's Mr. 3, Buddy Hield, knocking it down for the Pacers. And boy, the Pacers really doing damage from outside in this one. They're up 40-36. Kyle Lowry drives and dishes to Jimmy Butler. Now, Butler had 20 points in the game as he goes up strong in the paint for the layup. Off a turnover, the Heat can go on the break. Kyle Lowry finds Bam Adebayo for the layup in transition. At the break, Miami up 58-56. Third quarter, an easy little layup here, and it's 70-65. Miami's in front. Pacers in transition now. And Halliburton, he was hot in the first quarter from 3, hot in the third quarter from 3 as well. Knocking down that one. Then Halliburton taking the pass from Chris Duarte, making 3 more. Then Halliburton makes another 3, and this puts Indiana up 10, 98-88. Fourth quarter, Tyler Hero leads the Heat back late with his three-point shooting, and he can get hot as well. Knocks this one down. The game is within 6 points. Then Kyle Lowry inbounds to Hero, who drains the 3 to tie it with 14 seconds left. So it's 108-108. Hero had 28 points on the game. Game tied, and here comes Tyrese Halliburton with time winding down. Knocks down the deep 3. Halliburton hits his 10th 3 of the game. That's a franchise record. He had 43 points and 7 assists. But the Heat have another chance. Long attempt from Hero, who was sort of stumbling, and it was close, but it wasn't close enough as Indiana gets the win.
New Orleans Pelicans on Friday. CJ McCollum put up 40 on Thursday against San Antonio as he continues to try to shoulder the load with no Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson in the lineup for the Pels. Trey Murphy helping out as well. He had 23 points, including that triple. In the second, Jackson Hayes sneaking it along the baseline. And then Hayes from the other side with the reverse slam. This kid is uber athletic. Another big man out of the University of Texas. McCollum, that 3 is pure. And New Orleans up by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would have a say about things before all this was done. Rainbow 3 as he helps bring OKC back in the third. Teardrop right there. And then he snakes his way to the bucket for the hoop and the foul. 17 of 29 from the floor for SGA in this one. More from Jackson Hayes getting it done. Put back in the foul. SGA stepping back and giving the Thunder an 8-point lead with 3.5 to play. McCollum on the other end, matching SGA's triple. It's a 3-point game with just over a buck left. How about Herb Jones getting some extra minutes with Ingram and Zion out? He ties it up at 112 with 25 to go. Same score, Trey Mann gets all the way to the rack, but it does not fall, and time expires. Mann thought he had himself a game winner. Instead, it's overtime. More from McCollum. It wasn't 40 like he did on Thursday, but a complete effort. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists. Pels by 4. SGA, how does that go in? Plus the foul. Brings it back to a 1-point game. More from Jackson Hayes. Look at him for the and one. He flexes, but he gets teed up for the flex. It would be a 3-point game, 128-125. Hayes to the free throw line, misses, and SGA had a chance to send it to double overtime. In the West, tied with Denver entering Friday's action. Phoenix Suns, without Devin Booker and campaign, 19-13 coming into this one. They were 4th in the Western Conference. Ja Morant, floater early on in Memphis, getting out to a big early lead. Here is Dylan Brooks off the window, and then Brooks comes up with the steal. And John Conchar going to lob it back to Brooks for the alley-oop and one. Memphis by 20 at that point. How about Desmond Bane? Missed the last 18 games with a sprained right big toe. He played 24 minutes in his return and had 17 points. 39-20 Memphis after one, and they kept pouring it on. Steven Adams, the easy 2, and then more from Brooks, who had 16. Inside there, and then a little one-footer runner. Nice lead at halftime. Here's Bane, who, getting back in the action, gives Memphis its starting lineup from last season for the first time in a game this season. Nice step back 3. Ja Morant didn't have to do a whole lot in this one. Good putback slam right there. He had 12 points, 11 assists. Nobody got a body on him on the Phoenix side. Then here off the Suns' miss, Memphis getting out and going. Ja Morant lobbing to Zaire Williams for the slam. 28-point lead late in the third. And then Jaren Jackson Jr., big fellow, Euro stepping, gets that one to go. He had 24 points, 10 rebounds. Brandon Clark.